Alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar. Dear brothers and sisters, continuing again with chapter 34. Yesterday we stopped at the people who will use the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They will misinterpret it. They will make illogical and false arguments out of it. Basically, to spread corruption, to spread the disbelief, the false and the spread false beliefs within people. Brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala highlights in the Quran the importance of knowledge. That's why look at Allah's creation. He created the heavens, He created the earth, He created that universe, He created even our body. If we go deep in the science, we'll see that everything is based on science. Gravity, the velocity of light, the quantum theory, the your body, the biological, all the biological equations happens. Everything happens with knowledge and complete wisdom. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala want us to discover this, realize that knowledge is very important. When you have some problem with your stomach or intestine or anything, what do? You go to the doctor, a surgeon, or you go to whoever is qualified, the one who has knowledge. Same thing. You can worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You won't even be able to know God. You won't be able to know what's good for you, what harms you, unless you go and you try to get the knowledge. You read, you become aware. Once you get that awareness, you will be able to do and to make the right decisions. And that's why after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about those people who misinterpret the verses, those people who try to put the fallacies and flaws and make flawed arguments, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought the importance of the people who have knowledge. وَيَرَى الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمِ الَّذِي أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ مِنْ رَبِّكَ. Those people who got knowledge, who got awareness, who know what justice entails, what salah entails, how the law need to be applied equally to everybody. Those people who know the foundation of a clean, pure, kind heart. Those people who have mercy and compassionate with others. They will understand that what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the people of knowledge, the people of understanding, the people of awareness, they will understand that this Quran, that the knowledge which Prophet Muhammad ﷺ brought to this deen, to this religion, الذي أنزل إليك من ربك هو الحق. Indeed it's the truth. Indeed it's the truth. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying this, brothers and sisters, because once the heart, once the people who claim they have, yes, they have knowledge, people who have knowledge, once these people become corrupted, their heart become filled with love of power, with love of arrogancy, with love of money, wealth, they'll start to justify class system. They will just start to justify corruption. They will start to justify killing the poor and the needy. Why? Because that's benefit them. And that's the majority of the scholars we have these days. Majority of the scholars we have these days are the scholars of the power, the scholars of the government, the scholars who are sitting, eating, having the cars, having the palaces. They don't care about the poor. They don't care about the needy. They cannot stand up and say that what's happening is wrong. That the evil doers, the tyrants, are doing something wrong. The scholars are being put into coma. Why? That's how money, power have deluded them. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala come here and said that those scholars are supposed to be the indicator, the litmus test, the check and balances in our system. And that's why we see evil spreading all over, because lack of the courage, lack of the true believers, lack of the people who don't fear anybody or anything other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When people don't, or the scholars don't become afraid of poverty, don't become afraid of persecution, don't become afraid of losing power or money or wealth, you will see justice will start come back to this earth. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said those people, they have a message. They will know that what Allah have revealed to Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, indeed also will guide to the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Almighty, the most honorable, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-Hamid, the one who need to be, we need to thank Him and have gratitude all the time toward Him because of His bounty, because of His ability to give us that intellect, that knowledge. Brothers and sisters, we're living in a time where you have people on one side discrediting, distorting the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the gatekeeper of justice are the scholars, are being also corrupted with the materialistic wealth, with power, seeking power and seeking wealth. And that's why this is the situation. Evil is spreading. Injustice is spreading because of this. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم.